With all the changes that are going on around keyword data right now, it's important to know a couple of little things about the changes that are happening right now. Otherwise, you stand to potentially be tripped up by these tiny little changes that can make a big difference to the quality of the keywords that you're getting. And one of these changes is around PBR, which is the phrase to broad match ratio. In this video, I want to show you what it is, where it comes from, and when you should use it. PBR has a bit of an interesting story. It was originally something that happened, or it came out of the 30-day challenge. And I remember it clearly. I just don't remember the exact keyword that the client was using, but one of our Market Samurai customers had found a really, really good keyword. The keyword had good traffic. It was highly relevant to the type of business that he wanted to run, or the type of website that he wanted to run. It had very, very low levels of competition, and he very, very quickly ranked #1 for that particular keyword. And everything was going beautifully, except he wasn't getting any traffic. And the issue was that, well, I'll get to the exact cause of it, but he sent an email to our support desk and complained, and the team said, "Hey Brent, have a look at this. What do you reckon's actually happening here?" When I opened the email up, it was fairly obvious to me what the problem was, and I'll show you roughly what the keyword was. I can't remember the exact example, but he was targeting a keyword like snowboard best boots. So he had the domain snowboardbestboots.com, and reading this, you start to go, hang on, this doesn't actually fit right. Snowboard best boots, as someone that is a native English speaker, I know just by looking at that keyword that something is wrong with the word order here. It should be, say, best snowboard boots. Just tweaking and moving those words into the right word order and making it into, something that actually makes a lot of sense versus something that doesn't seem to fit together at all. The issue was, though, that Snowboard Best Boots still had a good amount of traffic around it. In fact, if you had a look at the broad match figures, then Snowboard Best Boots had the same amount of traffic as Best Snowboard Boots. And that's because broad match doesn't discriminate by word order. So broad match, it doesn't matter if you've got snowboard best boots, snowboard boots best, best snowboard boots, best boots snowboard, whatever the word order is, then it's still going to show the same broad match traffic. No matter if someone's searching for it in that word order, a different word order, or even adding additional words into that keyword. So the issue was broad match, which at the time, made a lot of sense to target, but it meant that we were having trouble getting the word orders right. Now, you can't just say to someone, make sure that the word order is right, and expect them to get the right word order all the time, because using an example, let's say training dogs versus dog training, or dogs training. Which word order is correct there? It could be potentially either. So we needed to come up with a filter, or a way of measuring keywords to work out which word order was the most common word order, or the most commonly used, or the most frequently used word order. And that word order would be the word order that we would target. The solution here was PBR, and it was looking at a ratio between the word order that we see the keyword inside Market Samurai and all other word orders. So it was the ratio between phrase match and broad match, which is where PBR comes from. It's phrase to broad match ratio. And this is something that I did a lot of calculations on and worked out that this should be the way that we should set up, that we should measure whether or not the word order is in the right word order, or whether or not the keyword is in the right word order. With all the changes that are going on right now, it's easy to get tripped up and start using PBR when it shouldn't be used, or to forget to use PBR when it should be used. There's really only one circumstance where you should use PBR, and that's when you're using broad match traffic. Because as I was saying earlier, broad match traffic, it doesn't discriminate between the correct word order and the incorrect word order of a keyword. Phrase match, don't use PBR, because phrase match, it already takes word order into account. And likewise, exact match keyword data, it also takes a word order into account. If you're worried about any of this, or if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I might as well be talking Greek when I'm talking about broad match, phrase match, and exact match, then you don't need to actually worry about any of this stuff. We can actually do your keyword research for you. And to find out about getting us to do your keyword research for you, just visit keywordblueprint.com. Then, for a fairly nominal fee compared to what you're potentially investing into SEO or the potential value of those keywords over the lifetime of the website, then you can get us to show you the highest return on investment keywords that are out there specific for your website or specific for your business.